Hey YouTube, it's Tamika. Sorry about the lighting of the camera. I'm in my living room because I wanted to show you guys something that I just did and kind of go over my 20, not 20, but 39 week midwife appointment. So I apologize. The light in here is kind of bad. So I did my body cast. I was on the phone. Is it? No, not body cast. Excuse me, my words are jumbled. I guess I'm tired. I did my belly cast. Um, it was kind of fun, but it looks kind of weird to me. But maybe when it dries, or it'll be better. My vision for it is maybe like leaving it untouched in terms of decorated until she's old enough and kind of let her at like 5 or whenever she's like coloring and stuff, let her kind of put her own little design on it without messing it up. I think that'll be make it kind of cool. So we'll see what happens to it. But I'm going to show you this real quick and then give an update of my appointment. I'm trying to do more recording because I'm not sure how much I'm going to record when she's here, if I have time. And then I guess I was thinking about it this week. I've had like more energy than I've had in the last 4 weeks. I know the last 4 weeks I've slept like a lot, like first trimester sleeping. And I went to the movies this weekend, so that kind of shows that my energy is kind of coming back, which feels wonderful to be able to do stuff aside from working. I have been still working pretty much full time. Um, and usually when I tell people how far along I am, they're like amazed by that. I'm actually kind of amazed at how far along I am and how I am still functioning and working and stuff. So I guess it can be a challenge, but some weeks, some days are better than others. I know I have some clients, not to tell all their business, but I have some clients that I have two that I cannot see because they're just too like overwhelming. I don't even tell people. I can't because I'm not supposed to tell people, but there's some things that they say to me that I can't deal with right now. So I've kind of stopped seeing them. I need to call and touch bases with the grandmother tomorrow. But anyway, a little bit TMI about work. But so I'm gonna show you my belly cast and get on to what I came here for. So I watched some YouTube videos and got some help on making this. So this is kind of what I ended up with. See if it's in there. There it is. Oh no, is that it? Excuse me. I'm trying to. Okay. There it is. All right, that's a little bit better. So that's the finished product. It didn't take too long to do. Like I said, it was kind of fun to do too. I messed up my bathroom. It looks kind of bad. So, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't as time consuming as I thought. I thought you'd have to sit in it for like hours after you finish it, but only 5 to 10 minutes. So I watch videos on YouTube just to get a good visual. I'm actually really a visual person rather than like the directions were 4 sentences long. I'm like, I need way more than that, or this thing's gonna look crazy. And I'm not really a crafty person, so I needed a video. So I found one and helped me out. We got the job done. So anyway, excuse me, I'm a little winded. Um, 39-week appointment. Um, I guess it hasn't been like the others. Um, my midwives, they don't do any checks or anything like that. No vaginal exam. Just kind of, how you doing? Good. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, so I missed my appointment when I went to the beach last week. So I had an appointment on Wednesday. Then another appointment. The heck? On Monday. I don't spend much time in here. Anyway, but so I had an appointment um, Wednesday and then one on Monday. The one on Wednesday, the midwife didn't tell me, but she found what is it called? White blood cells in my urine, which this might be a little bit TMI, but it means either like a UTI or no, white blood cells in urine minus protein means that your body is somewhere fighting off some type of bacteria, which can indicate a UTI. I think protein in your urine kind of is more of an indicator of a UTI, but there was just white blood cells in there. So they were in there on Wednesday and they were in there on Monday. So she's going to send out my urine to get a sample. It could also mean because I've been having a lot of discharge, and it's kind of weird because every time I do a urine sample, there seems to be a like discharge in the urine sample, which I don't think I'm producing that much discharge where it's always in the urine sample, but I do see it in there. And it last time when I gave my sample, I was just like, okay, that's a lot of discharge in there. So I know discharge in the urine sample can what's that called? Contaminated, they call it, and give you the reading of having white blood cells in there when they're really just picking up the too much discharge. So I've been complaining about that. And I think I was watching someone's video where they were mentioning that too, or reading. It probably was reading some posts. Google it can be an amazing tool. It can scare the hell out of you, or it can really help you understand what's going on. Since there's been millions and millions of pregnancies, so I read some stuff on it that kind of made me. I guess I'm not worried, but just I mean I don't want a UTI or anything this late in my pregnancy. So it just kind of gets eased the possibilities of me thinking I have one. So anyway, they're gonna get back to me. If I don't hear from them by Thursday, since they're not open on Friday, I'm gonna contact them on Friday. No, they're not open Friday, so I'm gonna contact them on Thursday to make sure everything is okay. And then also another issue. 4 weeks ago, I went in. The midwife told me that she dropped, and I'm like, oh, cool, she dropped. So I should be going into labor soon. And the whole time I'm saying, oh, she's comfortable, she's comfortable, she's comfortable. At this point, I should probably stop saying that since I'm full term. So we can go ahead and get this show on the road. But so she told me she dropped. The next week, the woman said, or the midwife said she dropped. Cool. Last week, with the new midwife, the one that also found the white blood cells, she had trouble. Like, if she's dropped in my pelvic area, you should hear her heartbeat, I would think, really well between my navel and like my pelvis and stuff like that. You should be able to hear it well. So that's where they automatically go. They usually find it there. We're good. Well, last week I could tell she kind of had issues, and we actually had to stop talking so she could find the heartbeat, like, and hear it strongly. Like, she could hear the heartbeat, but it wasn't really strong, so she figured she wasn't right, like, on her chest. So she moved around and kind of moved to my side, my left side, and found it there. She didn't mention anything of that or whatever. So this week the midwife was trying to find it, and to not freak me out, as she kept searching for her heartbeat, she was like, I can hear her cardiac, but it's just not as strong. Like, I can hear that it's a good rhythm, but it's just not as strong, and I'm concerned about her being breached. I'm just like, oh, hell no. This child has been head down since she was freaking 2 weeks, and now she's breached. So I'm just like trying not to freak out. So she goes and gets the ultrasound, a little like old school, probably older than me, ultrasound, and she braces me. She's like, I'm not uh, what is it called? A ultrasound tech. I'm just looking for, her head to see where she is. Because, she couldn't really, it's kind of weird because she couldn't hear her heartbeat really well where she thought she might be breached. Which most of them can feel my stomach and tell exactly where she is, but she just wanted to make sure. I guess because I'm so far along, she wanted to make sure that she was definitely head down before we go into a natural birth and the child comes out foot first. So that makes sense. So she looked and she didn't see a head um, by my breast or anything, so she's not breech. And she did see her head, but she said that she was not engaged at this time, and so she wasn't. Excuse me, I'm sleepy, but she wasn't really alarmed by that. So um, she told me some things to do, which they've told me before. I just didn't listen. But to sit on my birthing ball a little bit more and to bounce around on it. I was doing some work on my computer yesterday, and so I sat on my birthing ball the whole time and kind of bounced around on it. And then later on that night, I felt some, for the second time only, felt some painful cramps to the point to where I couldn't lay in my bed. I couldn't, like I had to get up and sit on my birthing ball to kind of ease the cramps and kind of get into my hypno baby zone because the bed kind of made them worse. So when I did that, I guess I kind of relaxed, and before I knew it, I fell asleep. And I know last night, while I was going through this, I'm like, I think it's about time to call mom over and get her to come stay with me. Because clearly, oh, also, I guess now the anxiety is am I going to have to be induced? Is she going to not come on her own? And at 42 weeks, we're going to have that conversation, which, I'm only 39 weeks, so I'm jumping ahead of the gun. But just, I don't know. So kind of praying about that so I'm not anxious about it. But talked to my midwife about it, and she was just like 90% of people go into labor before 42 weeks. So let's not worry about that until you at least get to 41 weeks. So that was reassuring. Um, so, but I just wanted to go over protocol for what they do just to know. And she said that what they do at 41 weeks, if I make it that far, that I have 2 appointments that week so they can check me and everything. I'm not sure what test they even do. She didn't want to get into it, which I wanted to talk about it. I guess that is an issue I have sometimes with that practice. It's like they want you in and out because they're so relaxed, so laid back to where usually the concerns that I've had, like let's say if I do have a UTI, or something I've told them about. To me, I had a more discharge, and they just, oh, it's pregnancy, when I guess I am pregnant, but I know, kind of like, I know my body. Like before, I think I had a yeast infection, and I was bringing it to her attention. Oh, it's probably nothing. Like everything is nothing there to them. But I'm not a hypochondriac, and I pretty much, if something doesn't feel right to me, like I guess I've been saying she's comfortable, and she is. She's not engaged at this time. So I kind of know my body, and I just wish, on some occasions, and they're a great practice. Everybody loves them for the most part because they are so laid back and not into interventions. But I think sometimes they may get a little bit too comfortable. So I mean, I would definitely have my next child with them, but I don't really. I honestly sometimes don't like meeting with the midwives. They just seem like to brush me off sometimes. And that's only some of them, because there's like 10 midwives at the practice. So I have gone and seen a lot of different ones. And some are amazing, very attentive, and then others are just kind of like, oh, everything is okay. And she's particularly, she is one that's like that. So for some of my concerns, I would like a little bit more, not to be blown off like I'm just this hypochondriac, because I've been, usually the concerns I have for the most part have been, aside from the leaking amniotic fluid, but something was leaking, so I just would like to understand. And usually I don't have questions anyway, so I'm rambling a little bit. um So, but anyway, I just would have liked more information about what happens at 41 weeks. That's just because of how I am, and I did ask the question, so I'd like to know rather than being blown off. So I'll probably ask it next week when I have hopefully a better midwife. But so I'm not sure what test they do. I just kind of wanted to know just for my information. So if we get there, I know what to expect. So. But yeah, anyway, I was cramping pretty bad last night. I can't say I thought I was in labor for sure, but who knows at this point. So, but I did end up falling asleep once I got more comfortable, and everything. So I had a conversation with my mom tonight, and she was gonna come over tonight, but I'm like, no, I know she's in school and has a lot going on, and everything, and I want her to make sure she gets, is able to get fully ready and pack her bags and stuff. I think she'll at least be here for 2 weeks, and everything. So she's gonna come tomorrow, and she's not leaving till we have a baby, and have had a baby for at least a week and some change. She may even stay longer than that, just depending on how things are going and stuff. Um, so what else? I guess that was pretty much it. I just wanted to ramble about my appointment. Um, so looking forward to the one on Monday. I'd like to know whether or not I have a UTI. Something that they told me about UTIs that most people would say don't know is that when you have a UTI, what she told me is you don't cure a UTI by just drinking cranberry juice. For one, the amount of cranberry juice you would have to drink to cure UTI would, be like too much. And also because the sugar level in cranberry juice, she was saying that it was really no point for me to drink it because too much sugar and stuff. But she did say if I wanted to be proactive on it, I could take a a I guess a cranberry supplement, something like that. So, these things are bothering me. I don't know what they are. I should spend more time in here. Anyway, um, but so yeah, so that was something that was interesting. So I haven't gotten those. I think everything is fine, really. Um, so and I guess I really haven't had time. And the last thing I want to do, unfortunately, is to go shopping. I cannot stand going to Walmart and Target. When usually, I enjoy that trip, but anyway, so just wanted to come by and check in before I drift off into baby love land. And I post videos once every 6 months. Because it seems like when people have the baby, they just kind of like, they don't post like they usually do. And I can see myself doing that. So I just wanted to give an update. Because I know later on when I'm on child number 3, it'll be interesting to look at these videos and laugh at what I was going through during my first pregnancy. So um, but I hope everyone is doing well. All right, thanks for watching.